going to record Time in a Bottle on the Klingon side, the Klingon run of Time in a Bottle. Featured episode. And looks like this is my Klingon character who's level 35. Understood. Talk to the receptionist. Hello.
May I help you?
We have.
Wait, you must be. I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
We have an appointment.
Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed.
The artifact has already agreed to sell us. He's already agreed to sell that to us.
Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenim, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vatwar wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain?
If you don't let us pass, we're going to tear the door down.
Look, Quen hired me to answer the comms and chat up the customers, not to be security. Go right in. Just try not to break anything. Quen will find some way to blame the damages on me.
I can't promise anything. Wasn't very nice to her, was I? Didn't offer her a free trip to the other side of the universe, galaxy, solar system, whatever. Oh, look, some Ferengian eyes. Talk to the business facilitator.
Not so fast. The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counter bid?
I'll make it worth your time to deal exclusively with me.
You said there weren't any other buyers, Quen. And now what do I see? Klingon warriors here to cause trouble and drool on things. Guards, get these riffraff out of here so I can conclude my deal in peace.
I'm not leaving without the device. Confront him.
Fine. I'll add what I was going to pay those guards to my offer.
Hold it! I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Ron. And I am a Ferengi. And when you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the liquidators about your poor business practice.
Well, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now, kiss the staff. Get out! Not you, Quinn.
Alright, talk to The business facilitator.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave. Everyone's happy.
Not so fast. Not so fast.
No? Fine. How about I answer your questions, and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of latinum. Time is a very valuable commodity.
What do you know of the relic?
The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium, constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work, but it's, odd. Definitely odd.
What happened to the Krenim?
The Vodvar, that's what. At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in the capital wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vodvar started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim, bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days.
Where did you get the device?
I picked it up from the Talaxian wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price.
Anything else?
As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique, as is, and no refunds.
What sort of unusual energy readings?
Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship. Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comic cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
Piss off. Get out of here. Go away. How'd you do that, Nog?
Don't let the staff of office and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections. But in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff.
Thanks.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vodvar purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
What should we do about the force field?
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the latinum he paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force field.
So you're the son of the Grand Nagus? What?
It's true. My father is Grand Nagus Rom. I don't normally have much to do with his business dealings. But in this instance, a little show seemed to be the best way to solve our problem.
That's ridiculous. I heard he was like a fumbling idiot. How did you get in Starfleet?
I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my Uncle Quark. That was back before my dad became the Nagus. He was just a maintenance tech. Like my father, I preferred engineering to business. Captain Sisko helped me get into the academy, the first Ferengi ever to join Starfleet. Then my Grand Mogi started seeing Grand Nagus Zek, and there were a lot of changes on Ferenginar. When Zek decided to retire, he thought my dad would be the right person to see them through.
I see, said the blind man.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the... Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it.
What's the short version of your background, bro?
I don't mind telling you a bit about myself at all. I grew up on Deep Space Nine with my father and my... Interesting.
Okay.
I know Voyager... Quinn left without taking down his security. I think you can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there. Get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the latinum we paid for it. Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement.
Right.
The controls are, yes, over here by the artifact.
Okay then.
Excellent. Now we can get a good look at this. The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before.
Really?
I think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting.
I hate temporal mechanics.
I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they can find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find.
I see, said the blind man. Rightio. Just making sure they've all got some stuff here. Okay, set a course to the Delta Quadrant.
I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure. Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing could be. Let's check that wreckage out for Vodwar. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vodwar. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system. If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found. Heads up! Vodwar on an intercept course.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed.
The wreckage appears to be Krenim. The weapon signatures are definitely Vodwar. According to Voyager, the Krenim were a fairly small society. There had to be a reason the Vodwar went out of their way to target them. Let's move. There might be more ships in range. There are more Vodwar on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids I've marked to conceal our energy signatures. Vodwar sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path. Heralds! They must be looking for that Vodwar patrol. I don't think those heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way.
Scanning moon.
Herald's inbound. The Vaudwar must have gotten a signal out. So much for our investigation.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Target shields have failed.
There was something about the Krenim that was such a threat to the Vaudwar and the Iconians that they're still patrolling the old Krenim systems. If we can find more Krenim technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it.
Okay. Beam me down. Sorry, I accidentally skipped some of the dialogue. I'll try not to do that.
This doesn't make sense. There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans.
Agreed.
Exactly, but we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive. These tall spires are charged with temporal energy.
Really? Scan mineral deposits.
Curious. It's almost like it's in a state of temporal flux. I need to get some scans. There's something going on. There are more mineral deposits over there.
Scanning mineral deposits.
There's a resonant frequency here that's not natural. I'm reading another anomaly ahead.
Scanning anomaly.
These anomalies have a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same.
Scanning mineral deposits.
The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole.
Interrupted. Hello.
There, behind those rocks. Hurry, they'll be here any moment. This area looks defensible. I have an idea. Ready. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it, and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us.
Hurry up, man.
Here they come! More reinforcements inbound! I'm working as quickly as I can.
Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
They killed me, I'm dead. I'm waiting from bringing back to life. He's only a level 35 character, he hasn't got all the best stuff. For a level 35 character. But through my awaiting dead already. Bring me back to life, hurry up. Come on, I'm your captain.
Watch out! There's more of them!
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
I need more time to align these frequencies.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Almost there. Just one more connection and that should...
Nog? Where's he gone? Where'd that little big-eared guy go?
Enemy combatants in close proximity. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Where's the dead guy? He's back to life now, okay. What? What's going on? Captain Nog?
If you'll forgive the pun, I managed to buy us some time.
Really? Okay, cool. Interesting. Talk to Nog.
It's taken me some time to convince the Krenim to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles. And how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines. Out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement?
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenim are, they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaadwaur has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
Alright, let's talk to the Krenim. Talk to Krenim leader.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaadwaur or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenim have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
What can we do to prove ourselves?
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by Heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
How can we assist you?
More of our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair.
Understood.
Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Hello, Engineer Cott.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we used to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Who invented this technology?
The temporal technology was developed by a scientist named Anorax.
Really?
He's still a mystery, even to us. We know he was a ship commander in the Imperium fleet and a genius in temporal mechanics, and that he started work on his inventions in the late 22nd century after our war with the Rilnar. Perhaps he saw temporal manipulation as a way to change our fortunes. But we know he was working towards weaponizing his designs, and I can tell from what little I've seen that it is possible. But full access to his data is restricted, so I don't know the full capabilities of his work.
Okay.
Your fight overloaded some of the power
What do
couplings
I
we
need
used
to
to
do?
moderate the temporal flow.
Align
If we had a
capacitor.
contained space like the technology was originally designed
Okay, now
for,
it's
this
starting
wouldn't
to
be a
look like
problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Hello.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
I'll do what I can. Fix temporal emitter. Fixing. Begin repairs. What do you think,
We
Nog?
should realign the matrix crystals.
Okay. Realign matrixing crystals. Disconnecting buffer. Reconnecting buffer. Close
Good.
diagnostic.
I'll put the next location on your tricorder.
Hello.
Hold this. No, hold it right next to the bracket, or the spanner won't... There. Got it. Thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
What?
Anorak's original designs are for a temporal field that's big enough for a ship, sizable but finite. We've adapted the tech to cover much larger areas, but that makes the field more unstable, and we had to get everything operational before the Vadwar found us. So we cut some corners, a lot of corners. We're making updates and repairs as fast as we can, but we can't afford a failure. This tech is the only thing keeping us alive.
Ah.
Hold this.
Sure.
No, hold it right next to the bracket,
Fix.
or the spanner won't... There.
Begin. Scanning microfractures. What do you think,
You'll
Nog?
need to formulate an epoxy. Here, I can show you which formula to use.
Really? Formulating. What do you think?
Now you need to repair the microfractures.
Oh, really? Repairing. Microfractures fix.
That should do it.
Running as fast as I can. Should I get my doggy out? Come on, puppy. Hello. Talk to Krenum Leader.
You've shown you're willing to help. Now
Have I?
perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Okie dokie.
We have Anorak's plans, but not the... Interesting. The Heralds are opening a gateway.
What? No.
The repairs should be enough.
Oh my god, what's going on here?
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to depart.
As you command.
By your command. Sounds like a Cylon.
An interesting development.
These sentients have proven to be resourceful. Already they have thwarted our plan to bring in the Solanae fleet. Their struggles are limitless. And yet they injured even you, Ticket. I advise caution. They are more dangerous than they appear. We shall rend their worlds asunder. Still in its blood until it fills the oceans. It is time to strike. I understand you want vengeance, but we must not act in haste.
We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The whole must be as
Iconia broke our unity. We were divided, diminished, weak. The others saved us from oblivion, but it took centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole must be as one. The campaign will continue as planned.
Whoa. What was that about? Talk to Nog. Hey Nog, what's going on, bro?
They couldn't see us? There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
You're right. This could be what we need. What the hell was that? Oh, looks like they're leaving now. Yeah. Get out of here, mongrels. Talk to Krenim leader. Hello, mate.
The only protection left to my people is our ability to manipulate time.
Oh, I don't
But
know
it
if you
is
should be
something we
doing that.
must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
Tell me about it. You're talking about advanced temporal theory. We didn't know the Krenim could do things like this.
My people and I have made Anarax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Krenim Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space.
How do you
If
know
only
what
we
happened
could
in other
recreate that
temporal
vessel.
variants? Like, if a temporal timeline didn't happen, then how do you know about it? What vessel?
Anarax designed a ship, a wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenim's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance. Afterward, the Krenim Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vadwar.
That ship looks like it's from 2001 Space Odyssey mixed with some other things.
The first Krenim worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vadwar came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vadwar arrived, we were working on a relic. It was a replica of Anarax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vadwar threat before it even began.
Yeah, and why haven't you done that, and where is it now?
The Vadwar's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anarax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vadwar did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
Well, I don't know about that.
There's more here than what you've seen.
Really.
You've
What?
hidden the entire planet?
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
You hid an entire planet, but you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, and all the materials you could need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
We need to take this back to the Alliance, mate.
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resync with our time and contact our ship. But this is huge. A whole Krenim colony that survived the Vadwar? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized time ship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
Alright, no worries, mate. We're ready to beam up. Yeah. Chabala. Beam us out, Scotty. Well, that was it. Hail contact. Hail the KDF.
Temporal mechanics is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might fear. Kapla!
Now, I might take the temporal flux generator. It's only a couple of days left of this event, so I realised I haven't collected enough of the rewards for all the characters. Oh no. Alright, I hope you...
Congratulations, Captain.
Thanks, Worf. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Tim of Borg show. Our first Klingon episode run through, I think.